All right, we are going to unlock some keys of how to walk in the supernatural. The first foundational key is the supernatural is all about love. It's all about knowing the love of God and releasing the love of God. It cannot flow from anything else. It's not a method. It's not a system. I mean, think about when Jesus healed people. I mean, he healed the blind by spitting on the ground and getting mud and rubbing in their eyes, to speaking and telling them to rise up and walk. The way Jesus healed was never the same, because he didn't want us to come up with this methodology and system and format of how we're supposed to heal, because it's all out of this place of first intimacy and love. Intimacy and love is what is the foundation for the supernatural, to see the supernatural released in your life. The more you grow closer to God, the more you understand his ways and nature. You understand his heart, and you'll be able to be moved with his heart. But number two is that love aspect that I mentioned. If you, it comes out of love for God and love for others. Don't just do it because it's a thing to do, but it's actually because you love people. And as you love people, you'll see God begin to work in and through you. Another aspect of walking in the supernatural is, as you know the heart of God, you begin to be moved with compassion. It says that Jesus, as he was walking, he was moved with compassion for people, and he would go and heal them or minister to them. In the same way, beginning to walk in the supernatural looks like you being moved by the heart of God for situations or sickness or disease. It might be the Lord speaks to you and shows you what's going on in that person's life, and you begin to give a word of encouragement and speak life over them. And I just want to encourage you today that there is an invitation for you as you encounter the love of God and you begin to love others. You begin to experience his heart for them. The last thing I want to say about how to walk in the supernatural is by learning to feel the pleasure of God for that person. So it might be your coworker, it might be an employee you have. You stop and you just say, God, I want to feel your pleasure towards them. How do you feel about them? And as you do, all of a sudden you start to get a perspective of God, his heart towards that person. And as you do that, you're able to minister and love them in ways you would never be able to do on your own. And so as you stop and you just begin to get his pleasure and feel his heart for them, all of a sudden he starts to release his love through you and bring healing and bring hope, bring encouragement, bring breakthrough for the situation. It's not impossible to see the supernatural in your life. You've been invited to a journey of the supernatural. I encourage you today, go after it.